The Blue Ribbon Commission recommended raising $870 million new dollars to help fund our transportation needs. Department of Transportation officials say that's nowhere near enough to fund its priorities. Those priority projects in every county are prominently on display at the State House, part of the governor's lobbying effort to get support for a gas tax increase. He wants to add the state's 6% sales tax to the 23.5-cent tax already being levied on each gallon of gasoline. At today's price, that's about 20 cents a gallon.
I think it's absolutely ridiculous. There are other resources that could be tapped into. It's bad enough. People are struggling to make ends meet, and I think it's not a good idea.
Money's money. At this point, it's to make our state better, and if we can improve everything and the quality of life for everyone around here, I don't see why not.
The sell to legislators is a tough one. Many in both parties are concerned that gasoline taxes have been siphoned from the Transportation Trust Fund to balance the budget. They want to stop that from happening in the future by putting a so-called lockbox on the fund. State Senator Rob Garagiola wants the lockbox put in the state's constitution.
There's been concerns over the years about money coming out of the Transportation Trust Fund and using it for other purposes. We call it a Transportation Trust Fund. There's the trust in it. This puts the trust back in it.
What we have is a Transportation Mistrust Fund where, money has been going into it and then it has been rated to balance the state's budget. In my opinion, any conversation of raising any additional revenues through a gas tax or a sales tax on gasoline or anything of that sort is entirely premature.
3.5 years ago, because of the economy, $2.5 billion was cut from the department's capital program. So except for maintenance projects, no new projects have been started. Highway repairs are expensive. This one on the Baltimore Beltway, the repair of a bridge over Wilkins Avenue, is $13 million. Transportation Secretary Beverly Swaim Staley says it's time to start some of those projects now that have been shelved.
The bottom line, as I said, if we want to continue to compete economically, we want to continue to bring jobs to Maryland, we want to continue to help each of the counties throughout the state be able to compete economically, we need to be investing in our transportation system. The counties every year tell us what their top priorities are. They have anywhere from 6 to 30 items on their priority list, but many of those number one priorities have been on those lists for many, many years, and we've just done a gross estimate that just addressing the top priority in each of those counties would cost $12 billion.
The State Highway Administration has hundreds of projects like this one already in the works, $550 million worth of them. There are thousands more in the 6-year plan. The question before the legislature this year is how they're going to pay for them. I'm Lou Davis for State Circle.